Hello, my name is John York, and today we will delve into the history of olive oil, liquid gold that has transcended cultures, touched our plates, and nurtured our health for thousands of years. In the last 60 years only, olive oil production has tripled to reach a staggering 3,098,500 tons per year.
What?
Greeks are by far the largest users of this delicacy, with 24 litres per person per year, followed by the Spanish with 15 and by the Italians with 13. But how did this simple fruit juice become an irreplaceable part of our culinary heritage? To find out, it was worth a special broadcast. Welcome to Food History Pills. Olive oil has long been a common ingredient in Mediterranean cuisine, including ancient Greek and Roman cuisine. Wild olives, which originated in Asia Minor, were collected by Neolithic people as early as the 8th millennium BC. By 6000 BC, archaeological findings reveal the conversion of olives into olive oil while at a submerged prehistoric settlement to the south of Haifa. A similar practice existed around 4500 BC. The origins of olive trees and oil production in the eastern Mediterranean can be linked to the records of the ancient city-state Ebla, 2600 to 2240 BC, situated on the outskirts of Aleppo, a Syrian city. Approximately a dozen documents from 2400 BC found here detail the possessions of the king and queen, constituting part of a well-preserved library of clay tablets that survived the fire that razed the palace. Prior to 2000 BC, dynastic Egyptians obtained olive oil from regions like Crete, Syria, and Canaan, with oil serving as a significant commodity for trade and prosperity. Discoveries of olive oil remnants within over 4,000-year-old vessels in front of the Aegean island of Naxos underscore this fact. The Minoans harnessed olive oil for religious rituals, elevating its status to a principal asset within their civilization, symbolizing affluence. Additionally, olive oil stood as a prominent export during the Mycenaean Greece era, 1450 to 1150 BC. Scholars believe this oil was produced by placing olives in woven mats, pressing them to extract the oil, which was then collected in vats. This technique, dating back to the Bronze Age and employed by the Egyptians, persisted through the Hellenistic period. The ancient civilizations of the Minoans, Phoenicians, and Greeks revered the olive tree. Its oil was used not just for cooking, but for anointing kings and athletes, lighting lamps, and even in religious ceremonies. In ancient Greece, for example, olive oil was used in the religious ceremonies of the Minoans on the island of Crete. The Athenians also used olive oil in worship. When people died, olive oil was used to anoint their bodies and prepare them for burial. Olive oil also holds high status in Judaism. During the Exodus from Egypt, the only oil the tribes were able to use to light the menorah was olive oil, and it was also used to anoint the ancient kings of Israel. Among Christians, olive oil is used to consecrate ministries and bishops, while in the Islam is considered a blessed fruit, and it is used as a traditional religious healing modality. Following the Roman conquest of Egypt, Greece, and Asia Minor, the role of olive oil as a trade commodity gained prominence due to the heightened Mediterranean trade. During the evolution of the Roman Republic and Empire, olive trees were cultivated across the entire Mediterranean region. Historian Pliny the Elder notes that by the 1st century AD, Italy boasted exceptional olive oil at affordable rates, considered the Mediterranean's finest. As olive production expanded in the 5th century AD, the Romans adopted more advanced techniques, such as the olive press, a tapetum, a large olive press that's somewhat like a mortar and pestle. Some of these presses persist in the eastern Mediterranean, with some from the Roman era still operational today. During the Middle Ages, olive oil continued to increase in production and importance, primarily in Spain, Italy, and Greece. It declined in North Africa and other areas taken over by Turks, but was revived later in Arab-controlled countries. In the Renaissance, olive oil began to touch every aspect of life, from the rich dishes of nobility to the humblest tables of common folk. But the greatest expansion of olive oil production came after the 1700s, when large plantings of olives, largely relegated to the worst land, were made to supply the growing populations of cities. In the late 19th and 20th centuries, the development of low-cost solvent extraction techniques for seed oils and the use of other sources for light, like gas and electricity, resulted in a drop in the demand for olive oil. Olives were left in piled heaps to rot for months before being processed to facilitate greater extraction of the oil. It has been well documented that various types of seed oils, such as cotton, hemp, sesame, palm nuts, sunflower, and hazelnut, have been used to adulterate olive oil and to make it more cost competitive. The development of the International Olive Oil Council was in part a response to widespread fraud in the olive oil trade surrounding the sale of olive pomace oil, mislabeled as extra virgin olive oil. Because olive trees can live for hundreds of years and take many years to reach full production, the selection and spread of better varieties would have been mostly into newly planted areas. This lack of orchard turnover and difficulties in travel for farmers are probably the reasons why many different olive varieties still exist in parts of Europe. In some cases, each village or different growing area has their own obscure variety, sometimes with different names for the same variety, and sometimes different varieties have the same name. Today, olive oil has become a global culinary treasure. From Spain to Italy, Greece to California, the tradition continues. About 20 primary varieties have been imported into California, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Chile, and Argentina. So then the liquid gold is readily available in the entire world. As we look to the future, the legacy of olive oil stands strong. Innovation and sustainability are guiding the way forward, ensuring that this ancient elixir continues to enrich our lives. Olive oil is indeed a testament to human ingenuity, culture, and the power of nature. A story that began in ancient groves and found its way to our tables, connecting us to a tradition that spans millennia. There you have it. It's over. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for new content here on History Food. And always remember, eating is a privilege. Enjoy it. Bye.